You should. Alright, guys. Well, this is my channel, and I'm gonna show y'all how it is to not have your sight, and this is the daily life and how it's like. Let's go do it. Alright, so these are obstacles, daily obstacles that a blind man has to overcome in his daily routine. So, for example, so the second daily struggle of being blind is finding my class. Action.
People who have lost their sense of vision or their sight are unlike other people who may have lost a sense. Like, for example, people who have lost their sense of smell also would have lost their sense of taste, because you can't taste anything if you can't smell what you're trying to taste. But on a more positive note, people who have lost their vision have most of their other senses, unless something else happened. But they still have their other senses, like they can still hear and taste and smell, and that helps them, or that acclimates them to navigate around and move around their surroundings. People who have lost their vision also have to overcome many daily rituals that they learn to accomplish by themselves. For example, like waking up in the morning, getting dressed, brushing their teeth, eating their food or their daily meals, driving, going to school, many other daily rituals that they have to overcome while they have lost their sense of vision.
Okay, if you become recently blind, for every morning it's gonna be a struggle, overcoming many obstacles that they have, such as washing your teeth, going to the restroom, and they have to overcome these issues by getting used to like every obstacle, as in it's like basically like when you're like young and knowing every little thing, so it's basically you're like a toddler but in a grown-up. Okay, starting these senses experiment, what I'm going to talk about is like how this affected my everyday life. So basically, when I wake up, it's going to be a big struggle getting out of bed, getting out my clothes, because I'm not going to know like where they are or where they're at, or like me going to the restroom, knowing where I have my toothbrush, or getting into the bathtub, like everyday life, and going downstairs, not falling down, breaking some bones, and then going downstairs, getting some breakfast, and then walking to my bus and waiting there. That's gonna be a big old struggle and a big old change in my daily lifestyle. By losing my sight, this is the one sense that it's not gonna affect the other senses as much as as hearing. You're gonna lose more of your senses compared to sight. Because sight, I'm still gonna have hearing, taste, everything above, without really a big old change to my lifestyle. So I can still eat relatively easier and hear everything without anybody helping me. Okay. There's a recording.
In conclusion, in doing our senses experiment, we had found out that losing your sight will be one of the most
least effective of your other senses compared to losing your sight or taste or hearing, because it'll less affect your everyday lifestyle.
Yeah, and so the troubles we had this morning were trouble like putting on clothes, brushing our teeth, and making breakfast. So we can imagine how it's like for people to having to deal with this every day. But it also might increase the ability for the other senses, for example, hearing and smelling. This can help those senses sharpen by.
They will increase over time because you're using them more and more and more than before, like your normal lifestyle before, like you had your sight.
Yeah. And that's it. The Senses Project.